guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be getting ready with you and just chatting along as I do. I'm just going to be doing a really simple look. It's not so much really about the makeup as it is about just talking with you and getting on camera for the first time in a really long time. So if you're interested in seeing this look and chatting with me, then just keep on watching. Okay, I have a bare face. Just fresh out of the shower. I just pulled my hair up. I washed it last night and did it, and so yeah, I take a while to do my hair. I don't do it every day, it's too dry, even in this humid environment. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go ahead and go in with some primer spray. This just happens to be the Scandinavia one because it's what I have. I do put a pretty good coat on there. And then, of course, I let it dry before I go in with my Smashbox Primerizer. Now, many of you may know that I have just started recently using this after I did a haul, and it's to about right there. I don't have to use a whole lot. It's very moisturizing, like it says. It's not overly greasy or anything like that. I did use just my Aveeno Daily Moisturizer with SPF in it, and yeah, so it is supposed to even my skin tone too. But then I go in after, you know, my face has died down for the most part. I like to mix this in with the spray while it's still just a little bit damp. So I take about 3 squirts of it, just kind of rub my hands, and I just apply it like I would a moisturizer. It seems to just work really, really well for me. My makeup holds up so well. But yeah, I'm getting ready for a date, so I am just gonna go ahead and do my normal makeup routine. I'm not gonna do anything extraordinary. I do tend to it's the middle of the day right now, but I do tend to go for a bolder lip when it's not time. But overall, you know, I just do my normal every day. I'm not doing anything sultry or, you know, dark or smoky as far as, you know, dark colors. I'm just gonna do my normal routine while I talk to you guys because I haven't done it in a while. So yeah, I am going to be going in today with the It Cosmetics CC Plus Illumination because it also has an SPF of 50. I'm in the South on the Gulf Coast, and so it's still warm here, and you really should always use SPF, whether it's snowing or sleeting or raining or sunny. It's just better for your skin to be protected because those rays can get you anyway. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and go in and prime my eyes because I'm going to do them first so that I can clean up behind myself before I go in, because I'm sure there will probably be a bit of fallout. I like the Milani, and I have been using the Milani eyeshadow primer a little bit lately, but that one from NARS, that one is just the one that's in my cup and handy. As you guys know, I did upload my fall makeup capsule, and I have pulled in a couple of things that I did not show in that video that I decided that I needed, but you know, I mean, it just sort of kind of is what it is. I don't know if I'll have time to link down below the different products that I'm using, but it's pretty much the same things I always use. I did pull several things, as you know, for eyeshadow, and what I'm going to be using today, let me find a brush. I'm just going to use a little shader brush like this right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go, bleh. What I'm doing is going into my Lorac palette, into this color called Buff, and that's what I'm setting everything down with. The tacky base that primer gives you is perfect for making your look last all day, and in my case, I can usually get more than 12 hours out of a look. Yeah, I look rough now, but when I get through, I'll be decent, and it'll stay that way really well. I have just found for me what sticks, you know, and you guys have seen me do some of the same looks over and over, but the thing is that I have changed up a couple of my techniques, even though I might use some of the, you know, same products over and over. I've changed up some of my techniques and some of the ways I do things because I am aging, and, you know, I'm seeing more and more wrinkles, and you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just trying to adapt to my new face and to my unique issues that I face having more mature skin. The skin that I have, my entire body, you know that your skin is your largest organ, and even I've noticed how thin my skin is on my arms, and you know, that sort of thing. And of course, you notice it first around your eyes, the delicate skin around your eyes. And I've just noticed lately that, you know, mine is just in really bad shape. And I've kind of fallen away from my skincare routine lately, which is never good. But I had just fallen away from it, just being lazy. And I can really see that difference. I can just tell that, you know, it's, I'm going to go in with my Modern Dreamer from NYX. I'm not doing a cocktail series with this today. I am actually using it for a everyday look, and I'm excited because I absolutely love this palette. And I'm excited to dig into some of these colors that I've not used before. I am going to start with the one that I like most, though. It's this third shade over from the top, if you're looking at it like this. It is a very peach smoothie reminiscent color from Makeup Geek. That's what it reminds me of. But I do like to put that through my crease and just use that as my first transition color, and then I'll start getting darker as I go through the different colors. But I really love this palette. It is such a high quality palette, and you know, I have said it before, but if you want to get away from Morphe and you need a variety, this one, and there's another one by NYX that Robbie D. Christie really loves. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Maybe I'll think of it in just a minute. But it's a palette like this that just has so many different colors, and she has recommended it several times. And then after I saw this one, it was pretty new in Ulta, and I saw it in-store only, so I don't know if it's an in-store only or not. But hers is online only. But it's like, this is the Modern Dreamer, and hers is something like necessities, I think. I'm not really sure, but they're both similar in that, you know, there's all these different pans and lots of colors to choose from. You have cool tones, warm tones, oranges, blues, greens, purples, browns, peaches, you know, silver. There's a little bit of everything. So I just really love this palette, and I have been digging into it more and more. I love my ABH and other palettes that I keep out from Too Faced and things like that. But sometimes you just get tired of using the same old, and I like to change it up. And so that's what I'm doing. Knock the dust off. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the color right next to it, which is this, I'm going to call it a khaki or a caramel color. And I'm going to mix that in with, where's the other color I was going to mix it with? The color right underneath it. I'm going to mix these two, and hopefully it's going to lighten that one color up just a little bit. I just tap my brush in each one, back and forth, and then I kind of tap it off. And I'm going to go into the crease just like I did with the peach smoothie looking color. But it's a really pretty caramel and a nice chocolatey brown. And it's going to take me into that warm direction that I'm trying to go. I am wearing a pair of black pants, and I'm wearing my top. It has dolman sleeves on it that are kind of ruffled around the edge, and then it is it's a flannel shirt, but the sleeves are a little shorter, so more like 3/4, and it's that pretty farmhouse check, which is the black and white plaid that you see everywhere in home decor and everything. So that's what I'm going to be wearing, and so my makeup doesn't really need to stand out a whole lot. I love the color that this is creating. It's a really warm, nice, neutral brown, which is what I'm going for. I'm going for something very neutral. I don't want to do anything that's like just crazy out of this world. So that's what I am working towards. Okay, now I've been using the same E40 from Sigma that I always use for my crease. I use this for my overall crease color no matter what I'm doing. That's just my preferred. I've got a ton of brushes, but I'm always going to use this for my crease, and I wish they made them the same way as they do, or that they did, you know, when I purchased this one years ago, because this has been around for 7 years, something like that, a long time. But they've changed the way they make them. They're not exactly shaped like that, and there's just a touch of a difference, and it's enough that it really bothers me. Now, let me see. I'm going to go now into the really dark brown. This is more of an espresso versus the chocolate brown that I just used. Going in with this more precise, it's a shading brush or a blending brush. It's the E28 from Morphe. I don't know if you can see the difference. Let me show you. You've got the rounded top of the crease brush that I used. This one has a little bit more of a point to it, if you can see that. You know, it does need to get its shape back from being washed, but it's got a little bit more of a point to it, and that point is what, when I go in, it gives it way more definition. So I'm going to go in with that. I'm going to focus on the outer corner of my eye, and then I'm going to bring a little bit of it into the crease, just about halfway. I just like to do little circular motions, and I find that it works a little bit better for me. And the first brush, it blows everything out and covers the lid really well, and then this one, it is more precise, and what it does is I can blend on the outer corner. It gives me a really good blend, but when I bring it forward, it doesn't cover up all of the color that I've already laid down. Do you see how what a pretty blend that is? It's just my holy grail set of brushes. I use this every time I do my makeup. I absolutely love these two brushes. I have one that's very similar to this. It's just a touch different that I'll use sometimes if this one's not clean, like if I've done a really crazy color, you know, then it is dirty, you know, like if it's covered in green or blue or something, then I will use the other one, but this is my holy grail brush. I mean, it really is. It just, between these two, I get a beautiful blended shadow. And I was doing, for Halloween, I did my dearest friend, Darlene, I did her makeup for that night. She was going as a kitty cat, a black cat, and she was wearing a mask. It was a really pretty, it was black, and it had this filigree look to it, if you know what that means. And it was really pretty, but she wanted to be like really glam. And she's not one to really know that much about makeup or anything like that. She usually will just wear some moisturizer and some eyeliner and mascara, and that's all that she does. And so I told her that I wanted to do her makeup for her because I wanted to show her. I took all the products that I have decluttered recently. I've been filming declutter videos. I'm not, you know, having time to edit them all right now. I've put up one where I started with my contour and bronzer drawer. But I took all of the ones that I had decluttered to her and another friend, and they snatched them all up. They were so excited, especially since I had a lot of blushes, spoiler alert, that were not even opened, which was just sickening, you know, to think about all that money that's been wasted. But I took the makeup, and what I did is I did her makeup Halloween during the day or early evening hours, and then I showed her how to use the products that she had, you know, gotten for me, and her makeup was so amazing. Now, she's 62 years old. She doesn't look 62. She does have some wrinkles, we all do, but she's just not used to being really glam or anything like that. And I did her makeup, and gosh, she looked awesome. I mean, she looked totally amazing. And the little trick that I do under my eyes with the concealer, I did that for her, and it smoothed her under eye to the point that, guys, it was just like, it was significant. I mean, it was a really huge difference in the way that her under eye and her skin looked. But yeah, it was just really cool to see her transform into something and be really proud of the way that she looked. She was dynamite. She looked dynamite that night. She really did. She wore a really pretty rusty red lip, and I used the ABH palette, and I just did what I call my everyday, which is I went in with this color all over to set down everything, and then I mixed in, let's see, I mixed in these two colors right here and put that through the crease. I darkened it up with this one, which is the Cypress Umber. And then I went in with the Primavera, and I put that on her brow bone, and I just blended it really well. And then we used a brown eyeliner and mascara, and then the rusty brown, or rusty red, more of a rusty red with a hint of brown to it, lip. It looked great. She looked amazing to me. I mean, she really did. I'm just going to go back through and blend out just a little bit. But anyway, I talked to her yesterday on the phone, and when we were talking, she said that she had gone to Walmart online and she had purchased all the products that I used on her that she didn't have. And she got her some brushes from Real Techniques, and she got her a Real Techniques sponge. She wanted to, you know, she needed to start off kind of, you know, without quite so much investment, you know. She wanted to get started. And so, yeah, I helped her do that. I'm just going in with this little flat pointed shader brush. I'm going to, let me see, I'm just going to use my Smashbox Primer Water. It's finally starting to show some use after all this time of having it. I'm just dampening my brush a little bit, and I'm going to go in with this color right here, this really pretty, it's a shimmery brown. It's not a glitter. I can see where it probably could be. It's really pretty though. I'm going to go in with that all over the lid. Yeah, and so I'm just going to put this to give myself some sparkle without having to go over the top. But you can see how I'm kind of putting it in there, trying to blend it in. I do go up above my crease a bit, otherwise with my hooded lids you wouldn't be able to see it at all. It would just be hidden, and it would probably only just crease and make a mess. So yeah, you can see the difference. Let me wet my brush again. I'm spraying it, like wetting it pretty good, because I want to pick up plenty of product. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get to it. And doing it like this gives it a lot of intensity, but yet it blends it without crumbling everywhere really bad. I have found that these don't really crumble or have terrible fallout, considering the amazing price. I think this palette's like 30 bucks, and you get all these colors. It's like awesome. But I like the intensity. It's very foiled looking, and then I can blend it in, but yet I'm not losing any of the colors that I have already put down, you know. That's what I really like about going in with a shimmer that's wet. That's really what I like about that. Let me put that away for now, and let me go in, and I'm just going to go in with my original brush, and I'm just going to kind of, where it meets, make sure that it's got a good fade from one to the other, and then I'm going in with the one that I used for the darker color. Just no additional product, but making sure that the product that I put on there has a really good fade from one product or from one shadow to the other, and it usually ends up looking pretty dang good, I think. I really just like doing that technique a lot. Now, the last thing that I like to do before, and you can see my brows are non-existent, guys. They are non-existent. I mean, really. They're either plucked or they're blonde and you just can't see them, but we're going to fix that. I'll probably end up doing those off camera, but anyway, I'm going to go in with this little angled shader. I like to use the angled shader on that brow bone because I can take the color that I'm putting on my brow bone, and because of the shape of it and because it's fluffy when I'm blending, it really keeps there from being any like sharp line of color change, if that makes sense. I think that it probably does. Okay, let me see. Which color do I want to use? I think I'm going to go in with this really pretty, it's really a champagne color right there. I have not used this one yet, but I'm interested to see how it looks on brow bone. I'm going to go in kind of light at first. But then sometimes with this palette, you know, it's like you think you're going in light and you're really you're not, because these are really pigmented, and they're just, it's a beautiful palette. I just kind of go in and I drag it, you know, long ways like that at first when I'm first applying. And then what I do is I take the angle and I put it against the skin, and then I just kind of blend. And because I haven't done my brows yet, I don't have like a boundary, you know, to avoid or anything like that. And I can always go in and brighten it up if it's not enough. But I do like to go in, just kind of lay the product down first, and then I go at the angle. And I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm talking to you guys more than I'm doing like a makeup tutorial or anything like that. I mean, it's a makeup look. But really, I just wanted to get on camera and talk with you guys, because it's been ages since I've just sat down and talked to you with my face on camera. You know, guys, I am still living in South Alabama on the Gulf Coast, which I absolutely love it down here. I'm still enjoying, you know, my friends and dating and, you know, getting to know people down here. It's very enjoyable. It's not without its trials and struggles. I mean, it doesn't matter where you live, you're going to have, you know, things that come up. And there are some things that are going on back home that I wish that I was there for, so that I could kind of handle it myself and not have to depend on going through another party. But that's just, you know, it is what it is. My son is working a full-time job, which is different from this time last year. He was just in school and not working at all, and now he's working a full-time job, and he has taken a break from school. He should be a junior right now. He should be in the fall quarter of his junior year, but he has taken a break from it to work and that sort of thing. I don't really know what is going to happen with him. I know that he has a dream to become you know, a physical therapist, and I do believe he'll accomplish his dreams. But right now, you know, I'm just going to dust off anything that I might have gotten. Right now, he seems to just be needing to get away a little bit. I think we all do that semester off situation at some point. I think that everybody needs a break. I know I did. When I was going to school, for the first couple of years, I went year round. I took some classes during the summer quarter, you know, which is they called it a mini quarter. It's semesters now, they're not quarters anymore. When I was in school, back in the day, yeah. Okay, let me see. What am I needing to do now? Okay, I need to clean up because I do have a little bit of fallout, and I don't want that showing through on my skin. Let me see. I'm just going to get a cotton round, and I am going to just put some Bioderma on that to put under my eyes. Just kind of moisten it really, really well. And then I'm just kind of just do this, but I'm being pretty gentle, you know, guys. I don't want to tug on that gentle skin too much, but I need to get the sparkle off. There's still a little bit left, and an eye booger. But this is really, really pretty. It's got some peachy and pinky color sparkles in that brown, and that's why I really felt like that champagne color on my brow bone would look really good. And I was right. It looks really good. See how much fallout I had? That and straightening up the outer corner, it really got a lot off. And Bioderma is so good and gentle that, you know, I don't have a problem putting it under my under eyes at all. It doesn't bother me in any way. I love Bioderma. I think it's great for just about anything. I don't usually use it to take my makeup off with, which is, I think, the whole idea. It's just micellar water. And, yeah, I mean, it's just for, it says makeup removing, but, you know, that's not what I use it for. I use it for other things like this, for example, because I know it's really gentle. I don't have to worry about it burning my eyes or anything like that. So, okay, I think it's ready. I'm ready to go in and start on my face. What I'm going to do with my face is first I'm going to go in with this pure hydrogel stick. It just comes in a little thing. It's got a little cap. It's kind of a light purple color, but it goes on clear. Since let me see, piece of it. Since I wiped underneath there, I just want to rehydrate and sort of prime just a little bit. It's got a little bit of a cooling effect, but I really like to do that underneath there. It's super slippery smooth, so it looks like it's pulling my skin when it's really not doing much tugging. But I just go in and kind of pat that out just a little bit. Just like that. And there we have it. Okay, I am going to go in with my Smashbox, just any orange corrector stick or corrector balm or anything like that. If you have really dark, deep circles like I have, because guys, I mean, like this is, yeah, it is, it's some serious situations going on here. I do have a little bit in this outer corner that I like to kind of dab. And then I just go in with, you know, some sort of little flat shader brush. This is like the mama to the baby that I used for my lid. So I just go in with this. You can see it's orange for me using it because it's not been cleaned. Guys, am I the only one that has such a hard time really breaking down and cleaning my brushes? I mean, I put it on my planner. At some point I do it, but guys, I mean, like, I procrastinate. Am I the only one? I procrastinate, and I mean, I know that, I mean, I've got some, you know, eczema that has shown up here or whatever, and it gets really irritated easily. Clean brushes are like so vital, and I just can't seem to get myself to go and stand. A lot of it's my back, you know, because my back hurts. But I mean, oh my gosh, dang, I procrastinate so bad. Okay, see, that has hidden them just a little bit. This one's still showing, but my eyes are really puffy. It's allergy season, so they're in a fix. They're at an all-time high right now. I am not going to go in with the green concealer because I'm using the It Cosmetics and it's a CC cream. Even though it has really good coverage, it's not good enough coverage for me to go in, do a bunch of discoloration issue, problematic kind of things, and then, you know, because I'm going to go in with concealer, so that will be covered. But this is not going to cover the green hue that gives me like a full coverage foundation would. So I don't want to do a full coverage foundation because I want a much dewier look, a lighter look, something that's not just like, you know, out of this world. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to kind of focus on that. Okay, so I am going to go in. I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. I do have the one from this year. See the difference? I get one of these. This is the best brush that you could ever buy to put your foundation on. It don't matter what kind of foundation. I love it better than any sponge. And I can get a good blend and good coverage without using up a bunch of product every time. And then they had to go and change it. They made it a flat top kabuki style brush. It's pretty much Sigma's F80 in the shape of a heart. I have Sigma's F80. I have it somewhere here. And guys, I just don't, I know that that's sort of a cult favorite, but it's just not a favorite of mine. I just go in and I add a little product directly to the top of the brush, and it does not take much. But what I do is I go in and I kind of stamp over the area first to disperse the product. And I don't put a lot on my forehead anyway because I have such deep set lines. My face is, I'm a very expressive person as far, you can see when I'm talking how it gets, I've always been and then I just buff a little bit to blend it in and get it into my hairline. My hair is crazy right now. It needs to be redone. The roots need to be done. I mean, you can see all the gray. I got a gray stripe right here. I look like a skunk. But I just disperse it, and then I go in and I buff it out. And that's the technique that works best for me. But I don't put a lot on my forehead because of those deep set lines. I kind of find that the more wrinkles you have, the more product you use, the worse they're going to show up. You're going to get cakiness. You're going to get things settling into those fine lines and wrinkles. And this is straight up wrinkles and not fine lines. I mean, I'm so expressive and my eyebrows go up, and when I'm talking, you know, my face changes so much. So since that's my main trouble area for those wrinkles that are really deep set, I just go in with a really light hand. So it just seems to work better for me. Okay, now I'm going in with just a touch more, and I'm going to go through the center of my face, and I'm going to work my way out. I just feel like that's the easiest and best way to do it. But yeah, I go in. I did use moisturizer around, well, I used moisturizer on my whole face, but I did put a little bit of extra right in the area where I've got this eczema that shows up. This happens when I'm either really stressed or it's seasonal allergy time, and it is. Because I have, you know, I'm always outside. I'm around the horses, hay, the woods, nature. And I have just found that my allergies since I moved down here have changed a good bit. And what I have kind of noticed is that everything that I am allergic to seems to be in much more abundance here than you know, from back home. But I have just noticed that this eczema that I've had in the past, and last year was the first year, I believe, that I really even noticed having this issue, showed up. I was under a lot of stress then, but I was out in the middle of nature nonstop too. So I went ahead and tried to moisturize that as much as possible, but you can see the texture. But I'm using a lighter product just because it's very inflamed and irritated right now. So you can see, and you can go in with this and build up a little bit if you need more coverage. I don't need to do it on my nose because I'm going to tap out my concealer under my eyes along my nose. But you can add a little bit for more coverage. But just don't forget your hairline. Go over your ear if you're a little bit out of your color. That really helps. I do it anyway just because I want a really seamless blend. You know, guys, I don't want a line showing or anything like that. And, you know, I am already starting to lose my suntan. So, yeah, I just go in and try to blend as much as possible because I just feel like that the more I blend, the better it's going to look. And with this, with the It Cosmetics CC Cream, you can just keep going and going and going. It's not ever going to like start pilling up, you know, with little small balls or anything like that. It's not going to do that. And it's not going to like start drying and, you know, smearing around, I guess is the way you would put it. But yeah, it doesn't do that. But I do like the amount of coverage that I get with this for just a really non-heavy full coverage look. I think it is a very natural, easy going. And I've known this guy for a really long time and such. So, I mean, I guess you could say he has seen me, you know, in all different kinds of situations, you know, with makeup, without makeup. I don't look good without makeup. But, I mean, you know, it's not like a first date I'm trying to impress, you know, dress to impress because this is a brand new person. That's not the case at all. This is somebody that I know very well. And so, yeah, I'm just, you know, I don't want to do the full coverage route tonight in particularly because it is still really hot down here. Got my air conditioner on in here. I have a heat pump that's on the wall, and it does the air conditioning and heating or whatever, and I'm going back and forth between one another. Did finally get my television hooked up, thankfully. I've only been here a year, but I finally got that done. And yeah, I've just been going to sleep every night, guys, with the IDTV channel or whatever on, you know, like Women Who Kill, and I mean, it's just, I'm addicted to that kind of stuff. I've always loved forensics. I mean, I thought I was going to go into forensics once upon a time, but, you know, it's just, it's something that really intrigues me. So I've just been kind of falling asleep every night with that going on and in the background, and I've been really enjoying it. Now you can see there's a lot of luminosity. I mean, it says, you know, CC plus illumination. It does. If you want more matte, you can get either the regular, you know, CC's cream, but they also now make one that is matte. That's too much for me, and my skin being dry, even in the South, that's too much for me. But if you really prefer something strongly matte, I do hear that it works just as good. It's just, you know, has that different finish. So, but you do get the like 40 or 50 SPF in it. I think the regular has 40. This one has 50, and the matte has 50. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think that's right. One of them's only got 40. Okay. The next thing that I want to do is I want to go in with my concealer. I'm going to use my finishing spray, and I'm going to use my sponge, which is dirty and needs to be cleaned, but I'm going in with the Born This Way. Mine is in porcelain, which is a good color for me pretty much any time of the year, because I am more of a neutral, even though I have, you know, the redness from the broken capillaries and stuff like that. I'm still more of a neutral, so I just go in with my ring finger, that being, as you guys already know, your weakest finger, so that you're less likely to put a whole lot of pressure and mess up that sensitive skin and cause more damage, you know. And I abide by any of those beauty tricks still, even from back in the day, YouTubers that used to, you know, do tutorials and things like that. I miss those days. I miss the days where, you know, it wasn't a race to see who could buy what palette or who could get on whose PR list. And, you know, I just want to see good quality, you know, makeup tutorials. I'd like to see a lot more than what is out there. I see a lot of people, they'll do, you know, looks while they talk and that sort of thing. And that's great and everything. But I go to YouTube to learn. And I am definitely not anything but entertainment. I realize that. But, you know, this old dog got started in makeup really late. So, you know, it's one of those things where I'm really on there to just talk to you guys, make friends, which I have done. I have some pretty incredible people that have become part of my life through me having YouTube channels and planning or beauty, either one. And so I am here just to talk to you guys and stay in touch, keep you updated on what's going on in my world, and hoping that you will, you know, return the favor by letting me know what's going on in yours and that sort of thing. Okay, I have blended that out really well. Now, I've gone down the sides of the nose around my nostrils pretty well. And that gives me a little additional coverage over that red area from the eczema. Now what I'm going to do, because I have the Scandinavia, recently replaced this finishing spray from Scandinavia. Mine is the Sorry about that, guys. I dropped my sponge, but you got to shake it. You're supposed to shake it. And I'm just going to do 2 sprays. And I'm just going to dab wherever I put concealer. That's where I'm going to focus. Just kind of roll it as I dab so that I'm getting all of that product. And then what I do is I do it again, and then I just go over all the places that I know either may perspire or in my fine lines there, in my laugh lines, that sort of thing. And then up here, because that helps keep it kind of sets it down and keeps it from going into those lines even more. You know, it's just another little added step that I've really learned. I learned how to do under my eyes and everything. I don't know if you can see how smooth they look. Yeah, you're going to see this bag right here. And guys, I'm 50, you know. I mean, like, I have mature skin. I have the kinds of issues that everybody has. But You know, I'm not unique in that way, but what I've been doing, it does make a huge difference. Okay, let me go in with some powder. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier. I'm just going to grab a powder brush. You can use any powder brush. I have been using my, where is it at? My really cute, the one that I got when Wet n Wild did their Pac-Man or whatever collab. I love that. It's so cool. It's got the like the water in the handle, and it has the little falling glitter and everything. Took me right back to the 90s. Woo, did it ever. Loved it. Loved Pac-Man. I'm one of the old school, first ever was Atari users. We had the Atari, we had Frogger and Pac-Man. And oh my gosh, the hours that we spent in front of that. And I think about now how kids, the technology that they have with gaming and stuff now, dang, it's changed, you know. My son is all up into that. He knows all about it. He's not a gamer, but he knows how, you know, he has grown up with the new wave of, you know, Xbox and PlayStation and that kind of stuff. He's grown out of the gaming, but he'll sit at night and play it, you know, but he's not one of these that just sits and does nothing but that. So he's no longer the gamer because he's old enough to drive and he can get out and go do things. But, you know, when he was younger, that's all he did. Okay, I pretty much set with loose powder my entire T-zone. And I did just sort of kind of go, you know, a couple of times. But I'm going to go in with my pressed powder. It really doesn't matter. I always use the Rimmel. And it's been around for years, it seems like. But guys, I don't follow the rules about powder products like I should, you know. Like, there's a couple of palettes that I have that I probably could declutter, throw away, but I would never do it because they have some sort of meaning to me, or, you know, they remind me of a particular time. They're really too old to use. So, you know, I just, I go in now, you know, and get all underneath my chin line and blend out even more until I don't feel my face grabbing the brush anymore. And if it's still grabbing it, then I add more because I know that it's not set well. That's the way that I know that I've got enough powder, because I'm going to use my finishing powder when it's all over with, and that'll get rid of some of the bake. There was something, I think it's a piece of fuzz. It was tickling my eye. Excuse me. Okay, I know I look horrific, but we're going to trudge on. Okay, what I did is I went into my drawer, my highlighter drawer is where this was. This is from either last year or year before. I don't know. It's the Ambient Lighting Edit Surreal Light. And, oh my God, you can see I hit pan on that one right there. That's pan. I've given this one a run before. And so I'm just going with the brush that I bought with this. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to, what I do is I kind of go in between these. This is actually a blush, but it's a darker color. And for me, I can combine those two and I get, you know, use out of both. And then this is what I'm going to bronze it with. There's a hint of pink in it, but I'm still getting the majority. I just get the majority of that and then a little bit of that. And that's what I go in to where I would contour. But instead, I just blend this out really nice. I'm just not one of those girls that's going to go in and do that sharp, you know, line with the powder and let it bake. And I'm not that girl anymore. My skin just won't hold powder like that anymore. It's too dry and too old for that. And I mean, I really do think there's a place on YouTube for us folks that are older, of an older generation, and maybe still do things the traditional or normal way. But there's just not a whole lot of us. And those that are on here, I'm going to the other end, and I'm going to go into this blush right here. It's about to hit pan right there. Just get low. I just I do like a teardrop shape, and I just blend it. But I'm really old school. I like the techniques. I mean, I figure, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, I mean, you know, for real, guys, I mean, why? But I love this. I've gotten so much use out of it. Now, I will tell you, I'm really torn about whether to get the one from this year, because when it was out last year, I didn't get it. And I regretted it. I mean, I was on Instagram saying something, tagging them on, you know, Twitter. I was like, bring it back, bring it back. Well, they did. They brought it back, but they put it in that terrible, terrible packaging, that ghost packaging. Hourglass, what were you thinking? You know, right? I don't know what they were thinking. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier. This is the Peach Mosaic. They call it a shimmer block. The one that's really, really pretty. This is gorgeous. And I've been going ham with this thing. Let's see. Where's my brush? Here it is. This is just my ABH A23. I just go into the center. And then I go over the tops of those cheekbones and around just to give myself a little glow. I already got a good bit of glow going from the CC cream foundation, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I just, some things were they were so good at the beginning, and I'm still doing them with the same techniques and stuff. There have been a lot of things that have changed that have gotten better. I mean, Lord knows not too many of us are still doing the big triangle under the eye concealer situation. I mean, like, if you want that much coverage, just get you a better coverage, you know, in your foundation. But, you know, that's just me. I just find that, you know, for everyone, no matter who we are, our skin does change as we age. And some things still work and some things don't. So you just have to kind of decide for yourself what, you know, works for you and what doesn't. And if it doesn't, then change it. But if not, leave it alone. And that's what I do. I mean, you know, I'm just kind of still doing the same thing that I know. Oh gosh, look at that. Gosh, oh, I love this. They're shimmer blocks. Laura Mercier. Oh man, alive, you cannot get any better. Okay, I'm going to go off camera and get my brow zone. I am going to be using the Maybelline Brow Precise micro crayon. It's got the little spoolie on one end, and mine is in just the color. It's just a brown. I don't know if it is. It's just brown, I think. I don't see like that color. But I'm going to go in and do my brows, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I am going to go in now. I used that brow, and I also used my NYX brow mascara. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with my finishing spray, and I'm going to spray my face really good. I'm going to spray really good. I want a really good, even spray. I have not done my mascara yet. I'm going to use waterproof mascara, but I'm going to wait until after I have set my face to do it so I won't smear. Okay, and then I'm just gonna fan and let that dry. I do go in and wipe my lips off before I apply my lip liner before I apply my lip liner and lipstick. I'm really tempted to get the that Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Pillow Talk with the liner and lipstick. Lola Lynn, Mrs. Lola Lynn, Laura, she uses it. It's her favorite. That's her Holy Grail lip liner. And I mean, I absolutely love her. I'm not doing anything but just mascara on the bottom lash. I didn't do any kind of liner or anything like that. I just wanted something that was a little more fresh-faced. And yeah, I really like the way that the eyes turned out. I think they're really pretty. Okay, while my face is just a tiny bit damp, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, because I've found that curling my lashes while they've got just a little bit of that mist on helps me with the curl to stay. And I'm just going to use my Maybelline Great Lash. I do go in and try to get at the root and towards the tips. So I get a really good lifted without pinching myself is what the goal is. Okay, and that's just some Tarte eyelash colors that I got a couple Christmases ago that I always use. I have those and I have these. I love them. They're the greatest. I absolutely love them. And if they have those for Christmas, grab them because they're definitely worth it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my mascara, and we'll be getting close to being done. But I've enjoyed sitting and just having you to talk to while I'm doing my makeup. It's always fun to talk and share the makeup experience with your friends. I will say that I have gotten to where I am so shaky that I make a mess every single time I do my mascara nowadays. And it's so frustrating. I hate it so bad because especially when you're using the waterproof like this, dadgum, I mean, it's so much harder to get off. And that's another reason why I go ahead and set my face before, because it seems to be a little easier to get it off the top of my, the surface of my skin if I make a mess once it's already been set. I know a lot of people will probably say, no, do right the opposite. Do that so that you can patch up anywhere you might put a hole in the makeup, but guys, I just can't seem to get it off. I'm talking like major mistakes. Like I'll go and go right across my nose, the bridge of my nose. It's awful. But yeah, I try to get it done efficiently, but yet not make a mess. I always end up making a mess. And my lower lashes, oh my gosh, my lower lashes are long. And so, oh gosh, there's a clump. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I always do something. But my lower lashes, it's almost impossible for me to get, mascara on them completely without them touching my cheek, because I'm kind of chubby right here in that part of my eye. Not to mention, I do have some puffiness going on. But yeah, I mean, the allergy season situation that's happening, it's real, guys. I am allergic to what's called giant ragweed. It's different from your normal, apparently, normal ragweed. And then, but it's obviously plentiful down here. And I'm also allergic to the elm tree. Yeah, so it's that time of year where all of those things are very fruitful with spreading in the air. And oh my gosh, it's terrible. It is just awful. I hate it. I am going to let my eyes dry for just a little bit and then do my bottom lashes. Okay, this is what I've got so far. I'm going to go do my hair and then I'll put on some lipstick and I'll be ready to go. Okay, I've gotten my hair done. And I'm ready for my lipstick, so I'm going to go in with this Rimmel, it's the Rimmel Stay Matte or Stay something, I don't know, but it's in Tiramisu. I better sharpen it just a little bit. So, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm just going to line my lips with this. I got some eyeliner on it. Okay, I like to do this part right here first, and this, and I just sort of connect the dots. This is, I believe it's Patrick Starr's favorite liner color. I've seen him use it a lot in his videos. And the color that I'm going to be using on my lips is from Ofra. It's just their long-lasting liquid lipstick in the color Mocha. I think it'll look pretty good with eye look that I have going on, since I'm going for pretty much neutrals. This does not dry down quite as well as others I have in my collection. But it's still a really great product. I've got quite a few Ofra liquid lipsticks. I have I think it's Miami Heat or something like that from Kathleen Light's, a collaboration with them. But I just think that this liner with this lip is a great match. Very fall. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it. I am going to go get dressed now so that I can go and do what I need to do. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me and chatting and that sort of thing while I was doing my makeup today. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting on? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you'll know whenever I upload if you'll hit the notification bell. That's going to be it. So, yeah, that's all. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.